Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss the another few slides from non-call data. The first slide is of the larva of the platyhelminths, that is the Fasciola hepatica, the Miracidium larva. The Miracidium, as you can observe this structure of the Miracidium larva, you have to draw this diagram in your record. And this Miracidium larva, it comes out from the fertilized egg and leads to the free life. Okay. And how it is? It is dorsoventrally flattened and the conical in shape, more conical toward the posterior end, and it is a free swimming larva. Body is uniformly covered with a cilia and it has an outer layer of hexagonal epithelial cell. These are the hexagonal epithelial cells, and the anterior end having the structure that we called it as the apical papilla. Then the internal structures are apical gland. This one is apical gland. Then penetration gland. This is the penetration gland. Then brain, two eye spots. This is the brain. Then these are the two eye spots and the two flame cells and the germ cells. The flame cells and the germ cells are also present. These are the protonephridium or flame cells meant for the what? The excretory purpose. And the germ cells that is giving rise to the what? These are the propagatory cells. Then the Miracidium larva swims in search of intermediate host, and which is the intermediate host? That is a snail, Limnia. The snail of genus Limnia is an intermediate host of this Miracidium larva. If larva does not come in contact with this Limnia or suitable host within 1 or 2 days, it gets dies. So you have to draw this diagram. What are the structures internally they present are the apical gland, then penetration gland, the two protonephridium, then these are the germ cells or the propagatory cells, and it having the brain and the two eye spots. Body is entirely covered with the help of the cilia. Body is conical and it having the apical papilla at the anterior end, and it is a free swimming larva. And its host, it founds a suitable host. What is it? It is a limnia, and if it does not get a limnia within 1 or 2 days, it will die. Then another larva, that is a radia larva of the Fasciola hepatica. The radia larva, it develops from the germ cells of the sporocyst larva. The body of radia is an elongated sac-like. You have to draw this diagram. It is a structure, it is a sac-like. Anterior end, it bears a mouth leading into the muscular pharynx and then to the intestine or the gut. Just behind the pharynx is a muscular ring-like swelling, and that muscular ring-like swelling is called as a collar, which help in the what? Locomotion. Then the just posterior to a collar, a aperture, the birth pore is seen. Just behind the collar, there is a opening or the aperture that we called it as a birth pore. The space between body wall and intestine. This is the intestine and this is the body wall. The space between these two, it possesses a few germ cells. And radia give rise to the new type of larva, and that type of larva is called as a Cercaria larva. And this Cercaria larva, it gets originated or developed from the germ cells. And this Cercaria larva, it comes out through the opening which is behind the collar, and that we called it as a birth pore. This diagram you have to draw in the practical record and you have to write down the comment. Body is covered with the help of cuticle, then it having the germ cells and the germ balls, and it having the what? The developing cercaria. And these developing cercaria, these comes out from the birth pool. The next larva, that is a Cercaria larva of the Fasciola hepatica. The body of Cercaria is flat and oval and it possesses a tail. You have to draw this diagram and write down the comments. This Cercaria, it is developed from where? This Cercaria is developed from this radia, and this Cercaria, that it is a flat oval and it bears a long tail. Body is covered with the help of the what? The cuticle. Body has two suckers, an anterior oral sucker surrounding the mouth and ventral sucker situated in the body of the in the middle of the body, that we called it as a acetabulum. Means Cercaria larva having how many suckers? Two. One at the anterior end, that we called it as a oral sucker, and another situated in the middle of the body, that is called as a ventral sucker or the acetabulum. Then the digestive system comprises of mouth, then the pharynx, esophagus, and inverted C-shaped intestine. So, this regarding the digestive system. Then, excretory organ in these larvae are the phlegm cells, and body space is filled with a cystogenous gland which form a cyst of the future larva. And Cercaria comes out from the radia through the birth pore and also from the body of the snail. And this, as it having the tail, this is a free swimming larva for a short period, and after that it undergoes the encystment, which is swallowed by the final host. And which is the final host? That is a ship is a final host. So this is regarding the third larva, that is a Cercaria larva. This is the Cercaria larva that you have to draw. This has a long tail, it having the frame cells, that is as a excretory organ, it having the two suckers, oral sucker and the ventral sucker or the acetabulum. This is the digestive gland, that is a digestive system, mouth, then pharynx and the esophagus, and the what, that is a intestine, which is a C-shaped and the blind one. And the reproductive rudiments are there. These are the excretory duct, tail and the excretory bladder. This is the life cycle of the word, that is a Fasciola hepatica, where the different larvae you can observe the word, that is it is the main primary host is a sheep, then the another host is a word, that is a snail, then in between these, that is a the these stages are this is a capsule, and this is a Miracidium larva that we have already discussed. Then it goes into the what, that is the body of the snail, and from the body within the snail there is a development of the sporocyst. This sporocyst give rise to the radia that we have earlier discussed, and this radia give rise to the what, this Cercaria larva. This diagram you are not supposed to draw. You are not supposed to draw this diagram. Then the next slide is the scolex of the Tinea solium. Scolex is the anterior end or the cephalic portion of the body. If you observe, this is the scolex or the anterior end of the what, that is a Tinea solium. If you observe the Tinea solium, it having the hooks, that is a the two rows of the hooks, that is the rostellum, and this along with that it having the suckers, one sucker, two sucker, three sucker, and four suckers. And this is the rostellar part, and it having the what, that is the small hooks and the what, that is a large hook. And each hook, it comprises of the what, that is a blade, base, and the what, that is a handle. This is a large hook and this is a small hook. So how the what, that is a the it is a knob like smaller than the head of pin, measuring about 1 millimeter in diameter. It is an organ of attachment and also contains the brain and nephridial canals. It is roughly quadrate in structure, having four corners and has two distinct parts. The one part is a proximal part and the another part one is a distal part. The proximal part bears four adhesive suckers, while the distal part containing a small retractile prominence, in the middle of which there is a rostellum, and the rostellum having the double circle of hooks. about 28 to 32 in number. And in this rostellum, the smaller hooks alternate with the larger hooks, measuring 110 to 140 and 160 to 180 microns respectively. Means these are the large hooks and these are the small. Is the part that is a rostellum, and these are the four suckers, quadrate in appearance, and alternate, that is a large hook alternate with the small hooks, and it having the what, that is a hooks, that is hooks in the what, that is a rows, that is a 28 to 32 in number. Then the next slide is of TS of male ascaris, and another slide that is a TS of female ascaris. The only difference in TS of male ascaris and female ascaris, that is related to the what, that is the organs or the reproductive organs. That in the, if you observe the structure of the TS of male ascaris, you can observe the what, that is a body wall. It is covered with a cuticle, and it having the cavity that is called as a pseudocele. Inner to that it is a intestine, and these are the circular muscles which are present throughout the body, and at the dorsal end there is a dorsal nerve, at the ventral end there is a ventral nerve or the ventral line, and inner to it, it having the vas deferens, and it having the seminal vesicle which contains the amoeboid sperms. So these are the structures which are present in the TS of the mature male of Ascaris. The body wall is composed of cuticle, epidermis and muscle layer. Epidermis is thickened into ridges in four regions, project into body cavity, that is two lateral, one dorsal and one ventral. Due to the presence of four longitudinal lines, four bands of muscles, the two dorsolateral and two ventrolateral are present. Two excretory canals are seen within the two lateral lines. The dorsal and ventral nerves run in the dorsal and the ventral line respectively. The space between the alimentary canal and body wall, it is called as a pseudocoelom or the pseudocele, and the transverse section of the TS of male ascaris. It shows alimentary canal, testes, vas deferens, and the seminal vesicle within the pseudocele or the body cavity. Then the female ascaris, the structures are near about same except the reproductive organ. If you observe the TS of the male female ascaris, it having the dorsal nerve, then ventral nerve. Body is covered with the help of the cuticle. Then inner to the cuticle, these are the circular muscles. And this is the pseudocele. This is the intestine which is present. And now the structures which differentiate the male ascaris from the female ascaris, or the transverse section of male ascaris or female ascaris, these are the uterus containing eggs. Pair of uterus containing the eggs. Along with that, it having the ovary, and this ovary having the rachis and the germinal epithelium. Along with that, it having the structures, these are the oviduct. Means the structures, it having the pair of uterus, it having the ovary, then it having the oviduct, and this ovary possesses the rachis and the germinal epithelium, it having the pseudocele, then intestine can be seen, it having the circular muscle, and over that there is a cuticle. The body wall consists of cuticle, epidermis, and muscle layers. Epidermis is thickened into ridges in four regions, which project into body cavity as four longitudinal lines, that is, two lateral, one dorsal, and one ventral. The lateral excretory canals are embedded in lateral longitudinal lines. The pseudocele contains the transverse section of the what, alimentary canal, pair of uterus, then oviducts, and the ovaries. Ovaries having the central rachis with young eggs clustered around it. Oviduct contain the eggs in its lumen, and uterus contain the large number of the unfertilized eggs. So these are the structures which can be seen in the what, the TS of the female ascaris. Thank you.